guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Don, this is Rockin' the Country. I've got a gift request from none other than Dan Sigurdson, who's up there in British Columbia, Canada. So Dan, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for this gift and request. Red Simpson's song, I'm a Truck. I don't think it gets more country than that. I don't know the song, but I'm just going to jump right into it. The next one I've got, I hope this one's not blocked. The next one is I'm a Gun. And YouTube, absolutely have to demonetize that one. Not that I get any of the revenue, but that's just one of the settings we have to put before we upload a song, because advertisers don't want to be on otherwise friendly sort of videos, if you will. So I'm a Truck. We should be on safe grounds here. Here we go.
Hello, I'm a truck. You've heard songs about truck drivers, and many times their stories told. How they pulled out of Pittsburgh for 6 days on the road, about the Feather River Canyon and climbing the old grapevine, that old roadhouse down in Texas, and the girls they've left behind. You've heard their tales of daring, and I think that's just fine. But if you can spare a minute, well, I'd like to tell you mine. There'd be no truck drivers if it wasn't for us trucks. No double clutching, gear jamming, coffee cranking nuts. They'll drive their way in glory, and they have all the luck. There'd be no truck drivers if it wasn't for us trucks. Well, there he sits in that cafe, drinking coffee and telling lies. Probably telling them how he topped that hill 10 miles back. He ought to tell them how he missed a gear and that Volkswagen bus full of hippies passed us like I was sitting up on jacks.
This reminds me of when you're a kid and you're learning to write a story and your teacher says, okay, write from the perspective of what it is to be a raindrop. So you are a raindrop. And of course, every kid just writes this basic, I'm now falling or whatever from the sky and I'm all wet, and just the basic things that they know. But this is just a grown-up version of that. It's just comical that we don't lose that.
Or how we took that curve over on 66. Hadn't been for me hanging on the shoulder, we'd have both wound up in the ditch.
Yeah.
If we're on time, he takes the credit. If we're late, I get the blame. Up those hills with shutters open, my stacks are running flame. My tackle running red lights, sucking diesel from the tanks. I'd take him south and bring him back without a word of thanks. So now you've heard my story, and I guess it's my tough luck. There'd be no truck drivers if it wasn't for us trucks. There'd be no truck drivers if it wasn't for us trucks. No double clutching, gear jamming, coffee cranking nuts. They drive their way to glory, and they have all the luck. There'd be no truck drivers if it wasn't for us trucks. Look at him sipping coffee and flirting with that waitress. And where do you think he left me? That's right, next to a cattle truck. Why couldn't you put me next to that little pink Mac sitting over there? Gosh, she's got pretty mud flap. And talk about stacked, they're both chromed. Well, he'll be coming out in a minute, and he'll get that bar, and he'll go around and beat on my tires. You know, for 2 pints of diesel, I'd have a flat on the inside dual. That'd fix him. I never did like the way he drives anyhow. Thinks he's God's gift to waitresses. He never gives them a tip. Well, I know what he's going to do now. He's going to take out that tape cartridge of Buck Owens and play it again. I don't know why you don't get a Merle Haggard tape.
That's funny. Man, there's a lot in there. I didn't expect it to quite go that way. That was creative, especially in the end, though. There, you know, I know what he's going to do. He's going to put on the Buck Owens tape. Gives you an idea of when the song came out. It's when cassette tapes were. And he's like, I don't know why he doesn't get a Merle Haggard one. Yeah, I wonder where Merle was in his career when this song came out. That was fun. That was what do you say for 2 pints of diesel? That's rather than 2 pints of beer. I mean, it's kind of funny. If you were a truck, how would you write this song? That was very creative. All right, Dano, I'm gonna rate this song. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm sicking the authorities on myself. I like the instrumentation in this. The number was an 8.9, but the so it's a Montauk Ed Jeff Cathler special. Um, the instrumentation in this was fun. You could, of course, you get carried away by the story, but the bass was going nuts. And I don't know if there was a high pitch instrument in there. It wasn't a guitar. It wasn't a mandolin. I don't think it was a banjo. Something was going on beep, 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 like that. But in any case, that was just a fun, creative way of writing what it would be like to be a truck, making fun of the truck driver and the things he says and does and all this stuff. So there you go. All right, next up, the next one is I'm a Gun. All right, we're going to find out what that one's like. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.